When I met Claire, it felt like peace after years of storms. I was 35, worn down by dating games and half-truths. She was graceful yet grounded, the kind of woman who made even silence feel like a conversation. We met at a friend's engagement party. She wore a soft blue dress, her quiet confidence drawing me in instantly. Within minutes of talking, I felt an odd sense of familiarity, as if I already knew her story before she ever shared it. Soon, our casual chats turned into coffee dates. Coffee became dinners. Dinners became weekends away. Claire rarely spoke about her past. She only said she'd been through some bad relationships and preferred to live in the present. I respected that. Everyone has scars they're not ready to show. What mattered to me was who she was now. Over time, I started picturing a life with her. We had chemistry, laughter, and something that felt real, a quiet bond that made me want to build a home, not just share one. About a year into our relationship, I proposed. She froze for just a heartbeat, a flicker in her expression, before smiling through tears and whispering, "Yes." But after that night, something changed. She started guarding her phone, flinching at simple questions. Where she'd grown up, who her friends were, what her family was like. Once she even joked that I asked too many questions for a man about to marry her. I laughed, but the comment stayed with me. Then one afternoon, 2 months before the wedding, she got a phone call. Her voice dropped, low, nervous. She stepped outside, but through the window, I caught a few words. "They can't find out yet." My stomach twisted. When she came back, she was all smiles, pretending nothing had happened. "Dinner out tonight?" she asked, like everything was normal. That night, I couldn't sleep. For the first time, I felt that cold itch of suspicion, the kind that eats away at your peace until you have to know. The next morning, I followed my instincts, and her. Claire said she was meeting a former co-worker for brunch, but the way she avoided eye contact made me doubt it. I waited a few minutes after she left, then got in my car and followed from a distance. She didn't drive to a cafe. Instead, she stopped in a quiet suburban neighborhood, in front of a 2-story house with a fenced yard and children's toys scattered across the porch. I told myself she might be visiting a friend, babysitting maybe, but then I saw them, 3 kids running out the front door, shouting, "Mommy!" 3, not 1, not 2, 3 children, all under 10. They threw their arms around her, and she knelt, hugging them tight, tears in her eyes. It wasn't the scene of a stranger. It was a mother coming home. I sat frozen in my car, heart hammering in my chest. My fiancée, the woman I thought I knew, had been living another life. She glanced over her shoulder once, scanning the street. For a moment, I thought she saw me, but she didn't. She just smiled and led her children inside. I didn't confront her that day. I couldn't. I drove home and stared for hours at our engagement photo on the mantel. Every memory replayed differently. The weekend she stayed over instead of every night. The trip she canceled last minute. The quiet days she said she needed for herself. It all suddenly made sense. That evening, she came home, kissed me softly, and asked if I'd missed her. I smiled, pretending I hadn't seen anything. Inside, everything was collapsing, but I needed her to tell me the truth. I needed to know if she would choose honesty over comfort. A week later, she finally did, though not because she wanted to. It was 2 nights before our wedding. We sat on the balcony, the city glowing beneath us. She'd been restless all evening, checking her phone, pacing, glancing at me like she was weighing whether I already knew. Then she took a deep breath. "There's something I have to tell you before we get married." My chest tightened. I didn't move. Her hands trembled. "I have kids, Aaron. 3, 2 boys and a girl." She waited for me to explode. I didn't. I just stared, too calm for how I felt. "And you were going to tell me when? After the vows?" Tears streamed down her cheeks. I wanted to, I swear. But every time I tried, I panicked. Their father left when my youngest was a baby. I didn't want to scare you away with all that baggage. I laughed, not because it was funny, but because it was unbelievable. "You hid 3 lives from me, Claire. For 2 years, you let me build a future with you, plan a wedding, all while keeping the secret." She reached for my hand. I pulled away. Please, Aaron, she said softly, desperate. You don't understand. I fell in love with you before I knew how to tell you. Then it just got harder. I thought maybe after the wedding, when things felt safe, I cut her off. You mean comfortable enough to lie forever? Her face crumpled, and for a brief moment, I saw the woman I had loved. Scared, fragile, human. Part of me wanted to forgive her, but another part knew that trust, one shattered like this, can never truly be rebuilt. The next morning, I left. No yelling, no arguing, just quiet steps and the ring left on the kitchen counter. Weeks later, she sent me photos of her kids, smiling, innocent, unaware of the storm their mother had caused. I stared at those faces and realized something. She hadn't just hidden her children from me. She'd hidden herself. And maybe that was the deepest betrayal of all.